5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Cue music.
This is Movies First with Alex First.
I couldn't think of a more appropriate name for a cliche-riddled film that fails to ignite than Off the Rails. Anna is in her 50s when she dies of cancer, leaving behind European rail passes for her 3 good friends to revisit their past adventures. They have instructions to get to the Palma Cathedral in Mallorca in Spain in 5 days to witness a rare occurrence known as God's disco ball. That's the effect of the sun shining through the cathedral's stained glass window. With them is Anna's 18-year-old daughter Maddie, Elizabeth Dormer Phillips, who dropped out of school to care for her mother. Each of the middle-aged women have their issues. Cassie, Kelly-Preston, who plays a nurse in a television series, has lost custody of her son. Kate, Jenny Seagrove, is a writer in financial strife. Cassie and Kate fell out years ago over the man who Cassie's now fighting for shared custody of their son. Liz, Sally Phillips, a doctor, is mothering and smothering. Some bickering and sniping ensues, along with a series of unfortunate incidents, including lost passports, that severely compromises their chances of making it to Palma Cathedral on time. Along the way, a number of romantic entanglements unfold, while Liz confronts an ugly truth. Underlining it all is the music of Blondie.
You're listening to Movies First. For more, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Off the Rails is good at feeding us the bleedin' obvious, and is all the poorer for doing so. It's manufactured pap. The script by Jordan Waller is atrocious. It lacks creativity and zest. I thought the acting was pedestrian and unconvincing. There's a wooden quality to it. I quickly formed the impression that the actors lacked belief in their own characters. A lack of chemistry between the performers is a further problem. Judi Dench, in a small role, is about the only one emerging out of this with a level of integrity intact. Off the Rails has 0 surprises. In the name of supposedly feel-good entertainment, it panders to the lowest common denominator. It had me wringing my hands and squirming in despair. Surely an adult audience deserves better than this. Much better than director Jules Williamson's first feature film. The real tragedy, though, is that Off the Rails was Kelly-Preston's last film. She died before it was released. It scores a 2 out of 10.
You've been listening to Movies First with Alex First.
Available at Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or your favourite podcast player. You can also stream on demand at Bytes.com.
This has been another quality podcast production from Bytes.com.